Hey, I always try and focus on the positive, but when I was a teenager, I was quite the opposite. Maybe it was just the hormones, but I was really self-conscious. At some point, I feel like everyone will go through something similar, so I figured today I could just share my story. In grade 10, at 6 feet tall, I weighed 120 pounds, which, if you can't tell, is really skinny, and I was incredibly unhappy with myself. At least twice I remember checking into a doctor to try and get them to prescribe some medication to help me gain weight, but they said I was healthy, and I just felt hopeless. And I was bullied a bit, but it was worse when people who didn't mean any offense just assumed I was too weak to do something. I didn't feel like a man, and I wanted to, really badly. I just didn't know what to do. And, it was hard to find the answer. A lot of people would say, don't worry about it, just learn to love yourself. But I was so sick of how I looked. Loving myself didn't even feel like an option. A family friend was one of the scariest guys in my school, and I'd always heard about the fights that he was getting in, and he was massive. He offered to train me once, and I immediately said yes. I'd never really taken weightlifting seriously before, and I didn't know how to do anything, but it was worth a shot, right? So we started off with him coming over twice a week and just telling me to do push-ups and squats and stuff that didn't require any real weight, because, well, he knew I was too weak to lift any of it. And he taught me a lot about proper eating, because I was eating absolute garbage at the time. He was an asshole and was constantly putting me down, but it motivated me because I was, for the first time in my life, seeing some progress. And people who heard I was working out with him started treating me differently, like, with more respect. After just 1 month, I'd gained 10 pounds, and I had never felt better in my life. And we switched to his gym, where I actually got to lift real weights. I worked out with him consistently for the next 2 years. I started bringing Tupperwares filled with food everywhere I went, eating like 4 or 5 meals a day. And even though I was skinny, I was getting really strong. I started off benching just the bar, and I worked up to like 200 pounds. And it gave me confidence that I didn't even think was possible. At my highest weight, I was 160 pounds. After high school, I got a job in downtown Toronto, and as soon as I could afford to do it, I moved out to my own apartment with my buddy. I signed up to a gym and was still able to eat and work out a lot, but eventually my job started becoming a little more unreliable, and I was just too stubborn to find another job. After a few months, I no longer was able to afford the massive amounts of food I was buying and the gym costs, and I got kind of depressed. The obvious question is, why didn't I just go home? Living with my parents was a complicated situation, and maybe I'll get into that on another day, but essentially I felt like I had to take care of myself. I didn't want to be babied and fed and have my laundry done for me, but I knew that if there was someone there who would do it, I would let them. So I moved out. So for the past 2 years, I've been kind of on and off working out consistently. It's been on the back burner until I was really able to afford it. Over the past 2 years, my weight has fluctuated a lot, but overall, I would say I lost about 10 pounds, but I'm sure I can get it back quickly. And that time has finally come. I'm so unbelievably happy to be able to say that at least for the next few months and while I can afford it, I'm a full-time YouTuber now. And I have nothing to do but eat, work out, and make videos. So kind of a dream come true. It is entirely thanks to the support that you guys have given me, and I honestly can't thank you enough. So why am I even sharing all this? I just wanted you guys to know what I've been through. I think that a lot of people have body image issues, and that I handled mine in a kind of different way than most. And look, if you're over or underweight, I am not at all saying that you have to change. The only thing that matters is that you make yourself happy and that you love yourself. I wasn't able to do that how I was. I wanted to change, and I made one. I didn't do it for anybody else, and if your motives are to change for another person, don't. That's just dumb. People should like you for who you are, not who you could be. Ultimately, I guess that I'm making this video for people who feel helpless and don't think that change is possible. It is, and it is a huge uphill battle, but it starts with the first step. Anyways, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned a thing or two about me. If you did enjoy this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up to let me know. Also, leave a comment letting me know what you're insecure about, either currently or something that you once were really self-conscious about. And before I go, if you want to personally talk with me about maybe dieting or working out or anything else that you're interested in that you think maybe I could have some advice on, feel free to reach out to me on my Tumblr, either anonymously or not, and I'll do my best to help. My Tumblr is just andrewquo.com, and the link will also be in the description for the video. Also, just follow me because my blog's the best. Also, make sure that you subscribe to me as I make new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and with all that being said, I'll see you guys next week.